Yo, what's up guys? Dr. Heels here. Today we will be continuing our Canva tutorials and making a video on how to make a banner and a stream schedule in Canva for free. Let's go. Today's video is sponsored by Olivet Nazarene University. All high school and college students who apply will actually receive a free hat or a free beanie during the month of November. So there's a link down below if you'd like to apply. Olivet is an education with a Christian purpose. They have more than 140 areas of study, 3,500 enrolled students, an awesome campus. They stand as one of the nation's premier hubs for learning and faith. So if you're interested in more information from Olivet, you can apply absolutely for free. Link is down in the description. And guys, if you haven't already, be sure to follow on Twitch. I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And let's get into making this banner. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our home page on Canva, and we're gonna search for banners. Just right here, type in banner. Now you're gonna see a ton of templates come up, and so we're just gonna scroll around until we find the one we wanna use. Now immediately the one that I liked for our Youthful Yeti brand is this one right here. So I'm just gonna select this one. And now I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna remove everything I don't need. False, actually first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna resize this to the size I need. So I'm gonna resize, type in Twitter, because I want it to be for a Twitter banner. And for Twitter header, copy and resize. All right, now I'm just gonna select everything. I'm gonna scale it up. I'm gonna hold down my Alt key on, and it's gonna scale everything up proportionally. And there we go. Don't wanna create that. So now we're gonna select both of these and drag these over. I'm gonna actually make this one the full size as well, holding down Alt. I'm gonna delete this arm because we don't really need it. And I'm going to select both of these and drag these to nearly center. And we'll actually resize these up just a little bit as well. So this is our starting point. Now, obviously we need to change everything to match our colors. So I'm gonna make this into our Youthful Yeti red. I'm gonna change these to our Youthful Yeti red. And also we're gonna make them say something that makes more sense with the Youthful Yeti brand. We're just gonna actually make them say Youthful Yeti. And I'm gonna bring them over here so I can resize it how I need it. And let's go ahead and change that to our brand font, which is a Doom Irregular. Now again, this is gonna be for whatever designs you're using. This will be your own fonts, your own colors, but just go ahead and make these changes as needed. So right now, you can see it's full, but I actually liked the stroke that was on the other font. So right here, I'm gonna, with my text selected, I'm gonna go to Effects, and I'm gonna go to Hollow. Now Hollow is gonna give me that look, but you see this font is too close together. So I'm gonna go right here to my spacing, and I'm gonna give us a little more letter spacing. So it feels a little better. And I'm gonna bump my size up to say 56 and make it bigger like this. I'm gonna put it here, and maybe we'll make this just a little bit bigger as well. Okay, bring our size maybe down one more notch. 48, how's that feel? Yeah, I think it feels pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna hold down Alt, and this is just gonna make a copy of it. I'm gonna drag straight down, and I'm just gonna keep doing that. Alt, drag straight down. Okay, now I'm just gonna center these in the page. Doesn't matter if they run off a little bit. All right, there we go. So now we have this right side done, or close to done. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my elements, and I'm gonna search for line. Because we don't want these harsh edges. That doesn't really fit the Youthful Yeti brand. So we're gonna grab one of these lines just like this. We're gonna turn it to 90 degrees. Just like that. We're gonna give it the color of red. And then we're just gonna put it on the edge, just like that. And Alt drag it to this side, and there we go. So we have, you know, something a little more interesting happening over here. So now let's work on this left side, and then we'll come back over here to finish that side out. Over here on the left side, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this Equilibrium Fitness to our color, which is red. And then I'm just gonna have it say something like live on Twitch, okay? That'll grab some attention. This we're gonna make our Youthful Yeti. We'll actually make this into our logo, but I don't have a white version of the logo. So I'm just gonna recreate it right here. And if you wanna know how to make a logo in Canva, look in the top left corner. We'll have that video right there, and you can see how we made this exact logo. Although we're about to recreate it right now. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift this over here to the right side just by clicking this twice. And I'm gonna drag this down, and now I'm gonna bring in my foot, which is part of the Youthful Yeti logo. And so we're gonna go right here to Elements, and I'm gonna go to Recently Used because I've used that foot recently. There it is. And I'm gonna give it the color of red. Shift it just a little bit and resize it up. Something like that, and I'm gonna use the position over here in the top right, and I'm gonna put it backwards. And that just reminds me that this Youthful Yeti logo is actually centered. Anyway, you can kind of play around with that however you want it. We have Youthful Yeti, we have live on Twitch. Now, the Twitch is bothering me because it's not quite in line with this L, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a few spaces. I'm just hitting my space bar right now to space that in. And now it's lined up a little more with that. Down here, let's go ahead and add in our schedule. So we'll just say live, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. or whatever your stream schedule is. And there we go. Now you just kind of have a basic schedule also on there. And now one thing we want to do over here is let's add our other social media handles. And so what we'll do here is we'll type in, we'll hit the text right here. I'll add a subheading. I'm going to change that font to the font we need, which is a Dumu. And then I'm going to say we got lucky and we got Youthful Yeti on every single social network. It's probably not going to happen, but if it did, let's just say we got it. And really, when you're creating your brand, you should work on getting the exact same name on every social media. So even if you have to add something to the end of it, or you got to spell it weird, go through, I may have a video on this later on how to make sure you get the same name on everything, but go through and make sure you can get the same name. So his name might have to be @YouthfulYeti _live, right? Maybe that's what his name has to be, just so that he gets it and it's the same on all social networks. I think that it's more important to have the same name on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook than it is to have a unique name on Twitter and then something different on every other social network. So let's say his name is Youthful Yeti Live. May not look as pretty, but it's easier to find. So now we're gonna say he's on Facebook, because, you know, why not? And so we're gonna size that down about the size we need it. I'm just gonna place it over here for now. Say he's on Instagram, and you can just search all these icons that you want. You can search them right here. He's on Instagram, right? Change that color back to white. Size it down, and I'm just holding Alt-Shift to size it down like that. And then we'll say he's also on Twitter. Now, of course, this can be any social network you want. You can have TikTok, you can have anything else. And I believe there should be free versions of all these icons available. So there we go. We're gonna click that. I'm gonna drag it over. Now I'm gonna zoom in here. So I'm gonna set this to about 200 and pull the little scroll bar over. Now, one thing is I think that social media icons are very recognizable, and so you don't necessarily need them to be huge. And so I'm gonna shrink these down, holding just Alt and Shift, because they are not the focal point. We don't want them to necessarily see the icon. We want them to see the name. And so I think those look pretty good. And so I'm gonna actually group these with Control G. So I just hit Control - to zoom back out. I think that is honestly a pretty fresh looking banner. And so what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna keep this same design going. And we're gonna recreate this whole part, and we're just gonna put our schedule right in there. And that's how we can keep that same branding that we have with our banner. We can keep it going with our schedule. We can keep it going with any kind of social media posts by just creating a template for that. So I'm actually gonna go back home. I'm just gonna middle click on my mouse to open it up in a new tab. And I'm gonna create a schedule, and let's see what size we want. Let's go with, actually, let's go with an animated social media post. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click over to the design we've already done, and I'm just gonna actually copy and paste this. So I'm gonna select these, Control C, and then we come right back here and Control V, and that should paste it in place. And it did, just like that. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have some resizing to do. I need to make my background black, more black, to fit the branding that we obviously have. Now I'm gonna select everything. I'm gonna resize it up until it fits the parameters. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so I can make it even bigger until it kind of fits the sizing we're going for here. So, okay, there we go. We have the basics of our design already completed right there because we've already done it previously. So it's nice when you can reuse design elements. So I'm actually gonna delete all of these. Or what we may do, you know what, let's actually keep them. Let's keep them. So I'm gonna Alt drag to just make a copy of it. I'll put it down here at the bottom right, and I'm gonna make it super small, okay? It's there, it is a little staple piece, okay? But it's there if people need that information. Otherwise, I'm gonna delete these three because I don't need them. And I'm gonna use this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Monday. Okay, once you actually have these typed out, now you can make your adjustments on sizing. As you can see, if I do it right here, it's not even gonna take up a portion of the artboard. Something like that. And then we'll add, we'll just press enter after each one so we can go down just a little bit further. Then we end up with something like this, and we can kind of center it up, as you can see. And now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a copy of this and move it over right beside it. Now I have all of my spacing exactly the same. All right, so we've already said his schedule is 10 a.m. Actually, I think in a previous video we said it was different than this, but all right, for the sake of this video, I'm just going with 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There we go. So we have our schedule mostly lined out. Now let's grab these two. We're gonna group them. Now we're gonna center them up here on our board. Let's add something that is gonna add a little bit of excitement, some sort of movement. And so let's go to elements. And anytime you wanna find something cool in your elements, you're gonna look for stickers, okay? So you can go right here and just click see all stickers. But personally, I'm gonna look for something specific. So I'm gonna say stickers and line, okay? You can see that's already given me quite a bit. Okay, so let's say I want to go something like this and I want to circle these days in particular because they are the days I stream and it adds, you know, just some sort of design element. Now, at the same time, you could go with something different. Here we search stickers rough as a suggestion from chat. So if you guys ever want to come suggest stuff to me, come on in the stream and help out with the designs. But yeah, you can go and you can see how you can use any of this if it fits your design. I don't, you know, if this fits your branding, use this. I guess is this popcorn? Use the popcorn. It's entirely up to you. You can play with this as much as you want. Canva makes it incredibly easy. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed that video. I hope that you learned something. The idea of these videos aren't just to show you how to make this specific thing in Canva, but it's to show you how to use the tools that Canva provides for you. Canva makes it very easy to grab a template and make it into your own brand and then put it out for the world to see. Just like that, we made a banner and we made a schedule in I think actual work, we probably made it under 15 minutes. I don't know how long this video will be. I'll try to cut it down. But guys, if you want to download those two that I just made, I'll actually have this linked in my Discord. That's linked down below. And if you want to watch me do this stuff live on stream, come hang out. It's twitch.tv/drhills. Again, I stream on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content just like this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right, let me
I got to do with Pearl Pants. Can I take his pants? Asking for a friend.
There's an underground hatch that we're looking for in the hayfield.
He just came out of the field and took me out.
Why is it always a hatch? You know how bad I am with those.